Welcome back guys to GP Firepath. Today we are moving to step number 2 of our journey, choosing the investment account. Now, if you're just joining us, I have already covered the mindset and step 1 roadmap in my previous video. So, if you haven't seen that yet, I highly recommend you to watching it first so you understand why we're doing this. I will leave link in the description for you. But for everyone who's ready to go, in Canada, picking an account is all about your goal. Before you put a single dollar into the market, you have to ask yourself what I'm saving for. Is that this is for my retirement account, or this is for my first home, or this is just building my savings? So, there are three main names that you need to know: TFSA, RRSP, and FHSA. People make these sound complicated with all the fancy terms, but actually, they are just the buckets for your money. In this video, today I'm going to break down exactly which bucket you pick first. So you can start with total confidence. Alright, let's get started. Let's get into these accounts. Most people get stressed because they think choosing a TFSA or an RRSP is the same thing as buying an investment. But here's the secret. A TFSA is not an investment, and an RRSP is not an investment. Look at the screen. At the top, you have the stuff you buy, like stocks, ETFs, GICs. This is the engine that actually grow your money. And in the middle, you have the boxes. These are just the tax label the government let you use. If you keep your stuff in a regular bank account or a non-registered account, the government takes a big cut of your profits every year. But if you drop them into one of these magic boxes, your money grows tax sheltered. We have the TFSA, your flex box for any goal, the RRSP, your retirement box for the future, and the FSHA, your home box for the first house. But which one you should open today? So what I did to make your life easy, I created this decision tree. So where do you start? It all comes down to what is your immediate goal. If your number one priority is buying a house, then open the FHA account first. It is the best deal in Canada because you get a tax break now and the tax-free money when you buy. If you want an emergency fund or you're just not sure what you're saving for yet, go for a TFSA account. It is the most forgiving box because you take your money out whenever you need it without any penalties. And if you are a higher earner looking to cut your tax bill today, focus on RRSP. My advice, if you're totally stuck, just start with the TFSA. It is the safest beginner move. But wait, before you open one, you need to know all the rule and regulation. You need to know the limits. So let's look into at the official 2026 cheat sheet to see the rules. Alright, this is the most important part of this video today. Now let's put all three accounts into side by side into master table. This is the cleanest ways to see exactly how your money is treated from the moment you put in and to the moment you take out. Let's go through by row. First, let's talk about upfront tax deduction. This is basically tax break you get today. With the TFSA, there's a no deduction. You're putting in money that has been already taxed from your paycheck. But for the RRSP and FHSA are the big winners here. Both give you deduction. If you put money in, it reduces from your taxable income, which usually mean a nice tax refund check from the government in the spring. It's like getting an immediate discount on your investment. The next is the tax on growth. This is how your money is treated while sitting inside the account. For the TFSA and the FHSA, the tax is zero, 100% tax free. For the RRSP, it's tax deferred though. So you don't pay tax now, but government is essentially waiting to tax that growth whenever you withdraw it. One of the crucial points that a lot of people ask me, if my stock goes up or my investment goes up or if I get a dividend, does that use my limit? The answer is no. Only the cash you move from your bank account count as a contribution. Let me give you an example. If your 7,000 investment grows to 20,000, that extra 13,000 is a free growth that it does not touch your limit. This is, guys, is a major point. Now, what happens when you want your money back? With the TFSA, you pay zero tax. What you see in your account is what you get to keep. With the RRSP, the money is taxed as a regular income. Just like a paycheck though, the FHSA is a hybrid. If you use the money to buy your first home, the withdrawal is completely tax-free. It's the only account that gives you tax break going in and coming out. Let's look at 2026 limits though. For TFSA, you can add 7,000 this year. For the RRSP, you can contribute 18% of your previous year income up to maximum of $33,810. And for the FHSA, the limit is 8,000 per year. The maximum is 40,000 per life. Now the next one, what if you don't have the money to contribute this year? For the TFSA RRSP, your unused rooms carry forward forever. It just keeps stacking up. But be careful with the FHSA. It's the only has a partial carry forward. You can only carry forward 1 year worth 8,000. So if you don't use it, you could actually start losing that potential tax-free space. Now this is my favorite point though, the effect on the room. In the TFSA, the room is replaced. For example, if you take out $5,000 today, you get that $5,000 room back next year. It's a magic account though, you can use it over and over. But in the RRSP and FHSA, once you use that contribution, it's gone. You don't get it back when you withdraw. Very important point, guys. And then finally, when does this party end? For the TFSA, there's a no limit. Okay, party is going forever. You can keep it for your entire life. But for the RRSP, you must close it or convert it by age 71. Okay. For the FHSA, you have only 15 years of window from the day you open it or until you turn 71. So, looking at this table, you can see why a strategy for all three is so important. One isn't necessarily better than other one. They just serve the different purposes depending on your goals. Alright, let's get into some actual strategies. So first, home buyer double stack. If you're saving for a house, don't pick one, use both. You can combine your $40,000 from FHSA with the $16,000 from RRSP homebuyer plan. That is $100K, guys. You can access tax free for your down payment. Remember, $100,000. Second, the FHSA safety net. A lot of people are scared to open FHSA account because they are not sure if they will buy a home one day. Now, here's the hack. If you don't buy a home after 15 years, you can roll that money into RRSP. It doesn't use up your RRSP room. It's basically a free retirement space. The third, tax refund loop. When you put your money into RRSP and FHSA, the government gives you a tax refund. The most people spend that money on a vacation or something silly. Don't do that. Take that refund and put that money into TFSA. You are essentially using the government money to grow your own tax-free wealth. Fourth, watch out for the TFSA same-year trap. I see this mistake all the time. Let me give you an example. Let's say if you withdraw $5,000 from TFSA in July, okay, like next year July, you do not get that room back until the January 1st of next year. So if you try to put it back in August, you are already at your limit. The CRA will hit you at 1% of monthly penalty. If you take it out, leave it out until the new year. Now you have the pro strategies. Let's look at how all this fit into a big picture roadmap. So let's zoom out for a moment, okay, and look at how these accounts fit into your overall investing plan. The step one was setting up your goal, which is already done. You have decided why you want to invest, whether that's for an investment, whether that's for a retirement, or buying your first home, or just building a long-term financial securities. Step two was choosing the right account. That's what we focus on today though. Understanding selecting a TFSA, RRSP, or FHSA based on that goal. Now, the next step is choosing the brokerage. This is simply the platform or the app where you actually open the account. In the next video, I'm going to walk you through some of the popular gradient options for 2026, like Wealthsimple and Questrade. It will help you decide which one make the most sense for beginners, especially now that most of them offer $0 commission. After that, we will move into the stuff forward where we'll pick up the stuff that goes into the boxes using the simple low cost ETFs. The key thing is to remember is this. You don't need to know everything at once. Investing is step by step journey. And today you already have made some real progress by completing a huge step. Now let's wrap up this with the big takeaways that you need to remember as you move forward. So this deep dive into accounts with the three big takeaways that you need to remember. The first one, you need to start with one account. Pick the one that best fits your current goal. You don't need to open every single account today, and you don't need $1 million to start. Just pick the box and get moving. Second, understand the purpose of each account. Remember their job. TFSA is for flexibility, and RRSP is for retirement, and FHSA is your for first home. Once you know the job of the account, the decision becomes very easy. And finally, remember that habit is greater than amount. Consistency is your secret sauce to build wealth. Starting today with a small and automatic deposit is far more powerful than waiting for a right moment, which will never come. Now you're comfortable with how this account works, the next step is choosing where to open them. So why not? Let's get you started. Alright guys, that's it for today. Hit that subscribe button and the like button if you're ready to build your fire path with me. Alright guys, bye now. I'll see you in the next video.